Hey everyone, it's me, Amber. I'm hopping on here just to give a quick update on Tyler and Brittany as we are in the season of Tyler getting ready for surgery. And I posted a video on Instagram TV, and it went on Instagram, but for whatever reason I couldn't link it to Facebook and yada yada. So if you're seeing this and you already saw the other one, there's a good chance I've probably forgotten something. So I'm going to do the best I can to remember everything I said in the other video, and yeah, just keep you updated. So the first thing I want to let you know is Tyler's surgery is fast approaching, coming up really quickly. And the best thing that you can do for Tyler and Brittany and the boys is just to pray for them. Pray that their spirits and their nerves and their thoughts are calm and still, that when they're able to have time of rest, that they're actually able to rest. So a couple weeks ago, there was a little bit of confusion with some of the information from the doctor. And the reason is Tyler has a super rare form of cancer. And so the doctors here, they just don't have the expertise of this certain kind. They're great doctors, and they're awesome, and it's an awesome team at Mission. But the head honcho doctor is in Wake Forest. And so once that doctor got to see all the scans and the x-rays and all the things, he reminded Tyler and Brittany that this is a rare form of cancer, and the best thing to do is to have surgery and get eyes on it. Well, luckily surgery was already part of the plan. And so what they're going to do, which is really cool, is when they go into Tyler's arm, it's amazing because they're going to be able to see if the chemo has been killing the cancer, shrinking the tumor, just with the progress from all the stuff that he's been going through. And then this is nuts, and I don't really know how to wrap my head around it, but they're going to take a cadaver bone and put it in Tyler's arm. And so, as Brittany says on all her posts, and I am with her now, is donate your organs. If you have your license, if you've done all your things, make sure that you are registered to be an organ donor. I have so much gratitude for whoever this person is who was a donor, and now it's going to be a part of the healing process for my brother Tyler. So thank you to that family, whoever you are. And I just think that's amazing. I want to tell everyone, thank you so much for the way you've been loving on Tyler and Brittany. They continue to get sweet cards and texts, and the meal train, the longest running meal train in the history of the planet, is still going strong. And so I just want to thank everybody who is participating in those ways. That is amazing and so helpful. I wanted to throw out a few ideas for you. If you are someone who has signed up for the meal train, or if you're someone who is trying to think of a way to love on Tyler and Brittany and the boys, please remember that while we prefer home cooked meals because we are Southern and we are country and we want to taste your home cooking, the reality is that they're not getting to have a whole lot of time at home. And along those lines, I want to say thank you to the friends and family who are keeping an eye and checking on the house every day to keep it nice and safe, even if Tyler and Brittany aren't there. But they're not able to be home for meals all the time, or sometimes they're not getting home till really late at night or things like that. So if you are someone who wants to send them something, a gift card to like Walmart or Aldi, where they can get groceries and just household items, or out to eat restaurants, gift certificates, like they even do gift certificates anymore. Everything's a gift card, whatever, gift cards. I went back in time for a second, sorry. To, Texas Roadhouse, Olive Garden, Carrabba's, Zoe's Kitchen, Moe's, all of those places, thanks to Corona, the COVID situation, they're all equipped to do curbside now. So it'd be awesome, an awesome way to provide food for them. Brittany spends a lot of her time at the hospital with Tyler, and so she can leave and go pick up food and bring it back. I want to remind you guys of a few things going on with Tyler and Brittany. I think in a lot of the medical scenarios in the world, we equate surgery with kind of the end of the journey, and then after surgery you just have a time of recovery and therapy and things like that. I just want to remind you guys that Tyler has completed 3 rounds of chemotherapy. Even once the surgery is done, he will have a time of rest after the surgery. He'll have a few weeks off, so there'll be no chemo, and he'll be able to heal and rest. However, in November, he will start back with his chemo treatment, and knowing how big the doses will be and the format and all that will be determined after the surgery when Tyler and Brittany go to Wake Forest to meet with the head doctor down there. That's when they'll lay out the rest of the plan. But as of now, he still has 5 rounds of chemotherapy. And remember, each round is 5 weeks long. It's a 5-week cycle. So that would be 3 weeks in the hospital, 2 weeks out of the hospital. And as we've learned the past couple of times, Tyler has spent, 6 days, 7 days in the hospital, got to go home for 1 or 2 days and go right back in. So I just want to remind you of that the surgery's not even the halfway point on this journey with them. They still have, after surgery, 40 to 42 weeks, somewhere around there, that they'll still be doing this chemo part of the journey. So while we're excited about the surgery and we have great hope for what they will discover and the progress that's been made and updating the plan, the reality is still there's a long way to go. So also want to remind you that times are so different. I remember back in the day when someone we knew was having something in the hospital, like we would all go to the hospital, our whole family would go, and we'd bring like pizza and stuff and hang out in the waiting room and the lobbies, and then we would take turns going and sitting with the person who was in the hospital to visit and all that. And as you guys know, that's just not how we can do things right now. So if Brittany is the person who's there with Tyler and she leaves, no one else can come in. Brittany's the only person that can come in and out. If someone else goes and sits with Tyler and they leave, then Brittany can't go in. And so while, in the dream world, I would love to be able to hang out with my brother in the hospital, I would, rather do other things to help them out so that Brittany can be with him, because they are just such a good team together. They love each other so much. They need each other. And they're both just incredible people. I don't know if you know, Tyler is blessed with a really great job and good people, and there are many days that he's still working while he's in the hospital, when he's at home resting, and then Brittany is still working whether she's at the hospital, at home, or at the school. So there's not really a time for them to slow down or get a break. It's just nonstop, and they have a long rest of the year, rest of the journey ahead of them to get over this, to get through this. So just keep that stuff in mind as you just lift them up in prayer. Those are just some ways that you can pray for them, just to pray for them to have endurance and strength, and that we just listen to God's prompting on how we can be encouraging to them and creative ways we can help them out. I wanted to just thank everybody again. Thank you for those who are doing the meal train and I thank you, Kaylin, for getting that organized and keeping it going. Thank you for the people who, are just reaching out in prayer and just staying in touch with them. That just means so much. I think it's so cool that there are friends of friends who might not even know Tyler and Brittany who are asking to be a part of the meal train, and that's so cool. If you're looking for another way to help out, the Gofundme is a big deal. And I know when you look at that site, it looks like the goal is a huge number, and it is a huge number. And the reality is, he has a huge number of days in the hospital with treatment. So those medical bills just keep adding and adding and adding. And every time he has to stay a day longer than planned, as you guys know, because we all have either been in the hospital or we've been with people we love who've been in the hospital, those costs just add up. So the GoFundMe is a great way to continue to help. And if you can't give in a financial way, that's okay. Prayer and encouragement is free, and we'll take it. We'll take it all day, every day. So thank you for that. And Tyler and Brittany don't expect anything. They don't ask for anything. They have a really hard time asking for help. as do most of us, because we're human and prideful, and we're independent. So I just want to be very clear about that. They don't ask for help. I do ask their permission before I do a video, just because I don't want to cross any lines, but at the same time, I don't want people to forget about them because this is such a long journey. So Tyler and Brittany will say, like, we don't understand why people are doing these things for us, why they are giving us money or cooking for us or whatever. And I have told them that they have spent their lives loving and encouraging and lifting up people. I think any of us who have had any time with either of them can give an example of a time when they have shown us love or help or anything like that. And I also told them this is such a unique time. You know, we're in such a dark, scary, divided time in history that, you know, if we listen to the media and if we get locked into our boxes, we will isolate ourselves and continue to feed the darkness. But I think what is so cool about this situation and the people who watch these videos and the people who reach out to Tyler and Brittany is that there are people from all walks of life, all forms of faith, differing political views, and none of that matters when it comes to loving people and loving people well. You know, we're a Christ following family. Our faith is super important to us. But unfortunately, we know lots of Christians who go by the name and they are Christians by name only. And we're hoping to be a Christ-centered family that goes beyond a term and goes beyond being religious. We want to be a family that is just showing God's love. We want to love people because God loved us. We want to sacrifice for people because Jesus sacrificed for us. We want to help people because Jesus is the ultimate helper. We pray for healing because Jesus is the healer. And that's what we believe, and that's what we want to show other people. But at the same time, we are not going to think less of our friends and our family who believe differently than we do. And you are all being sources of light. So just be encouraged. Turn off the news, turn off the debates and all that junk, and just, you know, do what you feel in your heart. You know, if you can love people and love them well, no matter how you believe. And I think it's a really cool time in history to bust through the darkness and to be light. And one of the ways that you can be a light in this crazy world is just by loving people well. And you guys are doing that with Tyler and Brittany and the rest of our family. I think of the friends and people in Texas who are rallying around my mom and dad who can't be here, but they're working really hard to get here. I think about the friends that are walking with my sister and brother-in-law and nephews who are in Canada who can't be here. And I think of the local community we have that loves on us so well. So thank you all for how you're loving. Keep shining. And yeah, just thank you for what you're doing, and keep lifting up Tyler and Brittany in your thoughts and prayers. Have a great day. Bye.